Hi, my name is Mary Snow, and I am just really honored to give a review of Tracy Green Washington's book, Choosing Purposeful Alignment, The Messy Middle of Transformation. Whew, I would just say that this book spoke to the core of my being. I think a lot of times we go through really disruptive moments in our lives and in our work, and we go through those spaces alone, and we do a lot of things maybe internally that we would do differently if we had just talked about it or had a guide or had some reflection questions um, where we could really sit and assess what's happening around us and step back and make some different choices about how we would engage in those situations. And I'm just so incredibly grateful to Tracy for being so personal with her own path and her own journey and the different inflection points on that journey that she intentionally moved into this game-changing posture and sharing that wisdom with others. I will have this as a guide and a source whenever I'm feeling like I'm in a place where I need to say no and when I need to say yes. And a couple of the things that really stood out to me from reading the book were when she talks about, she talks about inflection points and taking back your own power. Yeah, it's right here. And she says, the process of taking back your own power begins with a settling within yourself that you have the permission and the responsibility to act. I mean, that's a game-changing notion, right? That it's not up to someone else, but it's really up to you. And you have the opportunity to say whether someone else's analysis is correct or reflective of the truth and what it is that you want and what you need, and trusting that gut and that inner voice that tells you that something's not quite right and taking your power back. I mean, that was just spot on for, I think, what we need to hear when we're in those moments of stress and not knowing the path forward. I think it was also really impactful to read about how to unlearn harmful practices that we've been conditioned around self-care or around productivity, and really decide for ourselves, is this bringing me joy? Is this the way that I want to engage with the world? I want to engage with my work? Or is there another way? Is there another way that I can do this that brings me and the people around me energy and lightness? Um, and a lot of times that's a new path that that you have to take for yourself. But just giving yourself permission to try it and unlearn some of the things and realign, your values and your beliefs with your life. And then the third thing that really, I mean, there's just so much, but another chapter was about like attracts like. And for me, the relationships that I'm in, making sure that they're healthy and equitable is so fundamental to my well-being and to the power and impact of the work that I'm doing. And so making sure that you can gravitate to those relationships that give you energy and that bring out the best in you. And that doesn't mean that there's not conflict, and that doesn't mean that you can't speak your truth. It actually means that you can do all of those things and feel really good about it at the end of the day, because you're working with people that you really trust and they really trust you. So much incredible wisdom in this book. I highly, highly recommend it. And I can't wait to read it again. And I can't wait to engage more with Tracy and her brilliance, and just so appreciative for her insights and vulnerability that she packed in every page. All right. Good luck on your journey. Here's to your first yes.